Home builders are feeling more optimistic about their home sales. We'll tell you why. Find out which home improvement project pays for itself at selling time. And beat the heat. We've got some tips to make your home and business more energy efficient. All that and much more. Keep watching. Your real estate news starts now. Thank you for watching the Real Estate News. I'm Jenny Lockhart, and here are your headlines. If you're thinking about remodeling your home, you might be surprised by what gets you the most bang for your buck. According to Remodeling Magazine's annual survey, which breaks down the cost-benefit of updating your home, a steel front door provides the best return on investment. The survey reports that the door will recoup 86% of its cost at sale, while a major kitchen remodel will only bring in 69%. And a bathroom update a mere 65%. At an average cost of roughly $1,200, it's much more affordable than some other bigger projects. The survey was compiled by nearly 4,000 appraisers and realtors around the country. The Hilton Head Area National Association of Realtors is hosting a professional development seminar on Tuesday, July 23rd from 9 to 10 a.m. Realtor Ryan Bassett will be demonstrating apps for your smartphone helpful for your real estate business. The program is free. Please call Susan at the association office at 843-842-2421, extension 221 to reserve your space. Well, we're in the height of summer heat, and saving money on energy bills is a concern for many people. According to the Island Packet, both homeowners and small business owners have numerous options to improve the efficiency of their air conditioning and electrical systems to minimize energy waste. Some tips include having a specialized company audit your home or office to see if you have leaks in your ductwork or windows, using digital thermostats to raise temperatures while no one is home, routine maintenance such as changing air conditioner filters and cleaning ducts, and switching to more energy efficient technology such as light emitting diode or LED bulbs. The Bluffton Sun reports the Hilton Head Island Bluffton area real estate market is showing signs of improvement, with sales up 15% year to date over last year. The median sales price is up almost 5% and inventory is down more than 15%. More single-family homes sold than condos, and realtors are actively looking for more listings. Bluffton sales are up 22% over last year, with the median price up 15%, showing home values in Bluffton are increasing. A Florida attorney and expert in real estate law advises that purchasing their property in a trust gives same-sex couples similar rights as married couples when it comes to property ownership. Gary M. Singer told the Sun-Sentinel that same-sex couples are currently not able to purchase property as tenants by the entireties, a legal status reserved for married purchasers, which gives spouses certain privileges in the event of death, mainly immediate transfer of ownership to the living spouse. A trust agreement for ownership of the property can give same-sex couples similar legal protection. The current market conditions make this an ideal time to buy investment and rental properties. Bluffton Today reports the top mistakes to avoid when buying a rental property. They include not doing the proper research with regard to the rental market and neighborhood, buying a property as is without adequate skills or experience to know if the purchase price is worth the amount of work to be done, going over budget, which affects the profitability of the investment, not checking to see who has a claim on the property with regard to liens or second mortgages, and going into business with other people. And U.S. home builders are feeling more optimistic about their home sales prospects than they have in more than 7 years, a trend that suggests home construction will accelerate in the coming months. That's according to the National Association of Home Builders Wells Fargo Builder Sentiment Index released Tuesday. With demand up, prices rising, and fewer homes on the market, builders are stepping up construction. In May, builders applied for permits to build single-family homes at the fastest pace in 5 years. Though new homes represent only a fraction of the housing market, they have a large impact on the economy. Each home built creates an average of 3 jobs for a year and generates about $90,000 in tax revenue, according to the National Association of Home Builder Statistics. If you'd like additional information on these headlines, please reference the media sources you see on your screen. Also, you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Stay with us because after the break, Sherry Nixon will be joining us from Keller Williams Realty. Welcome back to the Real Estate News. With me now is Sherry Nixon with Keller Williams Real Estate. Welcome, Sherry.
Hi, welcome.
Well, thanks for being here today. Now, I understand that you're in the top 5% of realtors in the Hilton Head MLS, and that you're also a boating enthusiast. It's such a big part of the lifestyle here. What are some of your favorite ways to enjoy our area by boat?
Well, I feel so blessed. My husband and I are lucky enough to get to have a boat. We go out with the kids on a weekend. We'll go tubing. We can go out to the sandbar at low tide or go out in the evening with friends, just going cruising. And then there are so many restaurants on the island that you can go to by boat, whether it be in Harbor Town or, then you could go out to Defusky Island or Palmetto Bluff. And I tell you, seeing the dolphin, no matter how long I live here, you never get tired, and I never just lose the thrill of seeing dolphins. So there's really things to do by boat on Hilton Head.
Yeah, I agree. It's always a thrill to see a dolphin. Now, can you tell us what are the various options for boaters?
Oh yes, there's a lot of options for boaters. If you want to move here and have a boat, there's the public landings where you can launch your boat. There are marinas. You can purchase a boat slip, rent a boat slip, live in a community with a boat dock, and there's lots of options for people with boats. You can have your own boat in your own backyard.
Now, what are some of the communities here that are specifically known for boating?
There are a lot of communities known for boating around here. And it's not just communities. Sometimes it might be a street known for boating. I mean, you can have in Sea Pines, Calabogie Cay, for instance, where you have deep water docks on one side, the creek and tidal docks on the other, and that's a great boating community. You have maybe Hilton Head Plantation, Rebo Island. Then you have some off the beaten path places, Blue Heron Point, things like that. But then you've got the communities like Long Cove, Moss Creek, that have boat docks for the community. And then you have some communities, for example, Windmill Harbor and Wexford, that have lock systems, and then you'll have Spanish Wells that may have people have their own docks in a lot of those backyards.
Now, can you tell us how the lock systems benefit boaters?
The lock systems. It is really lucky. We have the small island of Hilton Head, and we have two communities, as I mentioned, Windmill Harbor and Wexford, that have their own lock system. And I think they say maybe there's only 4 on the whole East Coast. So we have 2 of them. And that's a great place to keep a boat because we have huge tides. And so the lock keeps the harbor at high tide, basically, no matter what time of day. Mm-hmm. And then 2, it keeps the boats safe, so they don't have to be susceptible to the high winds and waves or any of that. So they're a great place to live in and keep a boat.
And so what would you suggest for boaters out there that are looking for property in this area?
There's so many options, and I feel like maybe that's where I come in. I feel like I'm really good at speaking with people and figuring out, because it's not just going to be about what they want, it's going to be to their price range. And sometimes it's hard for people to agree where they want to be, no matter what. I think, I may be more of a marriage counselor than a realtor at times, because
Absolutely.
You have to talk to the husband and wife have to agree, and you may all agree to the perfect house, and it just might not be in your price range. So I feel like I deal with a lot of buyers, and you've got to have someone who really can listen to your needs, figure out what it is you want and how to meet those needs, and figure out the difference between a want and a have to have, So, I love to work with buyers, and I think I know the community, especially those homes that have deep water access or marsh and tidal access. So I'd love to help any of them.
Well, thanks, Sherry. And up next, we've got Trudy Arthur and Nancy Butler with Low Country Real Estate, filling us in on what's happening on Dataw Island. With us now is Geri Colucci, owner of Equitable Property Management. Welcome back, Geri.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be back.
Well, could you tell us a little bit about your background?
I would like to, because it's very varied, and it's unusual where I am now in this business, because I started out as a nurse many years ago, and then I was in human resources, and eventually got an MBA, and then started this business, and all those things put together caring for people, always being in service to people has really helped us in this business.
Well, that's great. Now, how long have you been in business?
I started the company from scratch about 10 years ago, and we started with 7 properties, and we manage almost 200 now.
Oh, wow.
All long-term rentals.
That's great. And can you tell us what kind of services your company offers?
We offer long-term full-service property management, so we will get the tenant, we handle all the repairs, we collect all the rents, and we make sure that the integrity of the property is maintained by always doing physical inspections. And the other thing we do for owners is that we do second home services. So if they only use it 2 or 3 times a year, we'll go in every week and we'll check the property, flush the toilets, make sure there are no leaks, so that they know that their property's in good hands.
Well, that's great. And where are the majority of your properties?
I would say probably about 80% of them are on Hilton Head and the remainder are out in Bluffton.
Okay. And what would you say makes Equitable Property Management different from other long-term property management companies?
Well, it's not so much the process, it's more the intangibles. It's so that we take very good care of both our owners and our tenants. We do it with kindness, we do it ethically, but in the background we dot every I and cross every T as far as the South Carolina Landlord-Tenant Act is concerned, and also in adherence to the contracts that we send with our owners, so they know that we're watching their best interests.
Well, it's obvious both your tenants and your renters are in very good hands. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And stick around. After the break, David Carroll will be here to tell us about an amazing property at Singleton Beach. Welcome back to the Real Estate News. With me now is David Carroll with Charter One Realty. Welcome, David. It's great to see you again.
Hey, Jennifer. Thanks for having me.
So let's talk oceanfront homes. We're in the thick of vacation season, and of course our biggest draw here is the beach. And now, how many oceanfront homes are available for sale today on Hilton Head?
Right now there are 41 oceanfront homes on the market. They go from a high listing price of $7,795,000 in Sea Pines to a half of a duplex in the Folly Field area that's listed at $995,000.
Wow, well that's quite a spread. Is it just based on location?
Well, definitely location plays a big part, but let's keep in mind here, we're talking about oceanfront property.
Right. So yeah, there's no such thing as a bad location for oceanfront property. Now, are there other factors?
Definitely. Since building codes have changed throughout the years, we see that the newer homes really command a higher value.
Okay. And are there any newer homes available now that are oceanfront?
You know, it's crazy. Of all those homes that we just talked about with that inventory, there's only one that is completely built, it's finished, and it's certified for occupancy. That home was built in 2011.
Okay. And now where's that property located?
That is located at 23 Singleton Beach, and this location and the home itself will absolutely knock your socks off, which is really good because then you can walk right out to the beach in your bare feet.
Right. Now, for something like that, what's the asking price?
That is not the high of 7.7 and it's not the low of 995, but it's right in the middle. It's perfectly priced at $2,950,000. And this home is 4,100 heated square feet, 5,700 total square feet. There's outdoor decks on every floor. There's a 4-stop elevator. The inside was finished beyond most people's expectations for a home that you can actually buy on the ocean on Hilton Head Island.
Okay, and when someone wants to see this property, how can they reach you?
It's shown privately by appointment only, and you would have to give me a call, David Carroll, at 384-8111, and I can arrange to have it open for you.
Well, perfect. Thanks so much, David. Always here with the most beautiful real estate. And next we have Jean Beck, the Executive Vice President of the Hilton Head Area Association of Realtors. Hi, Jean.
Hey, Jenny. How are you?
Thanks for being here with us today.
Well, thanks for having me.
Now, we mentioned earlier that the market's showing signs of improvement. Could you kind of expound on that for us?
Sure, I'd be happy to. You know, it's summer outside, it's hot, and let me tell you, the real estate market is hot too right now. Our realtors are telling me they haven't been this busy in a long time. So we have recently received our reports for last month, for the month of June, so we're actually halfway through the year. The biggest improvement we see is actually price point. We haven't seen that increase in a while, and we're happy to say the median price point is starting to show an increase in over the last 12 months from July of last year to date. We have seen about a 5.5% increase in the median sales price. So that is a very positive sign. And you know, Jenny, it all relates to supply and demand. It all comes down when the supply is down and the demand is up, you'll start to see prices shift. And right now we're looking at about 8 to 9 months worth of inventory left here in the Hilton Head Bluffton area.
Well, that sounds like good news to all of us.
Absolutely.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about the report that the association funded on Act 388 and the impact it's going to have on Beaufort County schools?
Sure, I'd be happy to do that. You know, recently in May, we funded this report that was done through, we hired out the University of South Carolina Beaufort and the Strom Thurmond Institute to study the impact of 388 on the Beaufort County School District. In 2006, Act 388 shifted the school operations of property taxes from primary to back to commercial and rental properties, more known as 10% and 6% properties. With that shift, it also changed the way then the schools get funded. So we looked at the fact that as our properties are starting to show, we've had a considerable amount of shift from 6% property owners changing over to 4% property owners. And between 2007 and 2008, there were approximately over 15,000 properties that shifted from 6% to 4%, leaving a burden onto the schools and their funding. So we took this report, we took the third parties to study it, and we've come together and really recognized that if the Beaufort County continues to grow and continues to grow primarily in primary owners, the fiscal position of our school board will deteriorate.
Well, and how would this report be used?
Well, we've been very successful with this report. We've gotten together our senators, our House of Representatives, our school board, and our county council. We've shared the report with them. They were very pleased with the report and appreciative of the report. And let them look at that and how they can come up with other legislation, how that could help to be able to fund our schools in the future. You know, realtors sell more than houses,
right,
and certainly schools are a large part of our quality of life. So the Realtor Association, you know, was proactive in finding this report and funding this report, so it will help our legislators to make informed decisions to be able to help our property owners and our schools as well.
Absolutely. Now, where is this report available?
You know, the report's available for anyone who would like it. It's right on the front page of our website, www.hhrealtor.com. It's downloadable. It's about 48 pages, and anyone is free to look at that and use that report.
Listen, thank you so much for your time today, Jean. We appreciate you joining us.
Great. Thanks, Jenny. Thanks for having me.
With me now is Chance Manzera with Galaxy Construction, here to tell us about roofing restoration. Hi, Chance.
How you doing?
Good. Thanks for being with us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Now, can you tell us what makes Galaxy Construction different than other companies doing this same line of work?
The main difference with us from other companies or contractors is that we use a synthetic underlayment called titanium UDL. And what's really neat about this product is it's completely tear resistant. It's got a Class A fire rating. It can be left unexposed for up to 6 months. It's got a 25-year warranty, and most of your standard contractors are using just only felt paper, which you can actually tear by your hands. So this is one of the real big differences between us and the other contractors out there.
Well, that's good to know. Now, what is the advantage of using Galaxy Construction?
One of the advantages to using Galaxy Construction is we're actually certified Master Elite with the nation's largest manufacturer of shingles. That's GAF. So because they've recognized us as a certified Master Elite contractor, we're actually going to be able to offer the homeowner a 50-year non-prorated warranty on materials and labor.
That's great. Now, we were talking earlier that hurricane season is upon us. Is it possible for a homeowner to have storm damage without even knowing it?
Absolutely. You wouldn't know that there's storm damage, hail damage, or wind damage without having a certified roof inspector come out and take a look at your home. You cannot see the damage from the ground. That's why it's important to have someone like ourselves come out and take a look at your home.
Now, you had mentioned earlier that homeowners on Hilton Head in particular should be aware of this with regard to the hail damage.
Absolutely. There's been multiple hailstorms in the last 3 years that we found that homeowners had no idea about. So our services do include a free no obligation roof inspection that's no cost to the homeowner. we'd be more than happy to come out and take a look at your property.
Okay, and now what can the customer expect from Galaxy Construction?
Prompt service, no money up front, a clean construction area, one point of contact throughout the entire process. We're all trained to handle insurance claims. We're very familiar with the criteria and certifications each insurance company is looking to meet to file a claim. Hague Engineering, the list goes on and on.
Now, can you tell us about the kinds of materials that you use?
Only the best, and that's GAF. It's the #1 manufacturer for shingles throughout North America. And again, the UDL, ice and water shield. Our roofing system is going to be the last roofing system you're ever going to put on your home, unless, of course, another hailstorm comes along or a hurricane.
And now, can you explain in a little more detail about the UDL?
Sure. UDL, what's neat about it, for one, as I said, it can be left uncovered on the home for up to 6 months. But let's say, for example, a hurricane comes. Your shingles will be blown off, but titanium UDL, because it is a synthetic woven material and you can't tear it, it would take wind in excess of 130 miles an hour to actually blow the titanium UDL off your home. So again, if the shingles were blown off your home, the titanium UDL will be behind and it will keep your home from having any water damage, so you will be fully protected with this product.
Well, that's great to know, especially like we mentioned before that we're in hurricane season. So those viewers, that want to get in touch with you, how can they reach you?
They can reach us by phone at 843-473-4995, or you can reach us online at galaxyconstruction.us.
And thanks so much, Chance, for this helpful information, and thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thank you.
And thank you for joining us today. I'm Jenny Lockhart. Join us next time for your real estate news.